Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our live watch along for New Zealand taking on the Socceroos. This is game 2 of the Soccer Ashes for 2025. Australia coming off a 1-0 win over New Zealand in Canberra last week. We did a live watch along for that game as well. And an interesting one. Obviously, a victory for Australia in the end, which we always love to see, of course. But the performance itself, there was certainly plenty of room for improvement. And it's quite a fascinating lineup that we're seeing Tony Popovic deploy tonight for the Socceroos. A number of changes from last week's starting 11. We've got at least here on the side of our live watch along, and I'm curious to see whether there are going to be any tweaks in positions. Because looking at it, it's almost like quite a defensive-minded lineup, considering just the sheer number of defenders that we have in this starting 11. But hello to everyone who's tuning in live. Welcome. Say good day. It's an earlier kickoff here in Australia. It's not even 5 p.m. on a Tuesday afternoon here. But very much looking forward to this game. Hopefully, we see an improved performance from Australia, creating more in attack, because we saw in game 1 New Zealand dominated almost every statistic, possession, shots. They were just so dominant, and Australia were spending so much time without the ball, sitting deep, sitting back, trying not to concede. And look, I guess defensively it was a solid performance from Australia. Just in an attacking sense, we just weren't really offering much at all in attack until the very end when we scored, really. So hopefully the defensive side of the game continues as what we saw last week, and we've gone for that same back three of Chikati, Deganek, and Burgess that we saw last week. But going forward in attack, it's great to see that we've seen a couple changes, because I think the front three that we saw on Friday night just wasn't quite clicking. Like, 3 really good players, we know, but that combination of players, I think Tony Popovic probably learnt from that game, probably wasn't the right combination there. So it's great to see you guys jumping in the live chat. Carl says hi. G'day to Siphoning Lightning as well. Brady's here as well. Oh, excuse me, it might be Brady. Brady10, is that the correct pronunciation? Brady or Brady? Let me know. Carl says New Zealand, 7 p.m. That's right. And hopefully a really strong attendance at Go Media Stadium for this one. This game tonight being played at the home of Auckland FC, Go Media Stadium, which drew some really big numbers last A-League men's season for Auckland's inaugural A-League campaign. Speaking of the A-League, I mean, we'll be talking all things Australian football throughout this live stream, but in big news, the A-League fixtures, round 1 fixtures, will be revealed tomorrow, 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, on the A-League's app. The A-League have been promoting that throughout today, saying that exclusively on the app, the round 1 fixtures will be available. So we'll keep a keen eye on that. And there's a lot of reports, a lot of talk that we may well see the full season fixture on Thursday. So very exciting couple of days coming up, potentially for A-League fans as well. G'day, Marcus. Who says, boss benched? No Sega? Tan Lee is here as well. G'day, Tan Lee. Thanks for joining us here on this afternoon, guys. Hope you guys have been enjoying your Tuesdays so far. And hit the like button to support the channel. We are doing plenty of live watch-alongs here for Socceroos, Matildas, and we'll be doing plenty of live watch-alongs throughout the upcoming A-League season. And you can also consider sending through a super chat to support me here on the channel. To Marcus's comment there, boss benched, that is, I think, one of the surprising ones. Maybe, look, and here's my guesswork here. So as we can see the lineup, so Miller and Rolls potentially playing those wing-back positions. Those are the 2 changes that we're seeing here. Silvera started at right wing-back for Australia on Friday. Miller starting, which I think makes a lot of sense. Lewis Miller is sort of that recognised right wing-back. But Kai Rolls potentially playing in a left wing-back position. But just to link it to Marcus's comment there a moment ago in regards to Boss benched and No Sega as well, we should highlight Nestor Irankunda starting today for Australia, possibly off that left wing, maybe off the right. We'll see where Connor Metcalf plays. Mo Toure starting up top as well. O'Neill and Ballard into midfield. But I think bringing in Kai Rolls into left wing back, again, we'll see if that indeed is the position he plays, but it's most likely he'll be at left wing back. I think the change of bringing Irankunda in and Rolls in, they sort of come together as a double package, you know what I mean? Because you've got Geordie Boss, a guy who loves attacking, loves getting forward, and we saw that on Friday. The limited, opportunities that Australia had going forward were coming from Geordie Boss off that left-hand side. He's almost like the key attacking outlet on the left wing for Australia. But this will be a little bit different because Kai Rolls, naturally a centre back, able to play left back, but now playing in this left wing back role, I don't think we'll see him charging forward like Jordy Boss usually does. Kai Rolls will sit back, do that defensive work, and it'll allow Nestor Irankunda the freedom on that left wing to work his magic and do his thing. And that, the thing that he is best at, Nestor Irankunda, is getting on the ball, driving forward, and not having to worry about defending. So that's what I'm guessing that Tony Popovic has done here. I think maybe he's... Look, I don't know if he's concerned, if that's the right word, or worried, but I think he's experimenting here. I think he's seeing if he can go for maybe a more defense-minded left wing back in Kai Rolls, and then maybe a more attacking wide player, Nestor Irankunda, compared to a Connor Metcalf or an Aiden Hrustic. So it'll be an interesting one there. G'day, Rhonda Tony, tuning into the live chats here as well. Peter's here, g'day. Waters here. A-League Edit says, g'day, Lockie. Early international game today. For once, is Sega going to play? Look, hopefully we see Adrian Segacic come off the bench. We did not see him come off the bench or start on Friday, so there's, again, a bunch of players who would love to see come off the bench. Noah Botic is on the bench today as well, so he could come on for his Socceroos debut as well. So, yeah, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Siphoning says, hot take from me, but Metcalf is better than Segacic. Well, I mean, two different players, I guess we can say. Two different players. Obviously, so much excitement around Adrian Segacic right now and what he's done at Watford so far. That's Nestor Irankunda at Watford. Segacic at Portsmouth, already with a couple fantastic goals at his new club. And we're all excited to see what sort of impact he has for Australia. Surely Tony Popovic gives him his debut off the bench today. Surely. He's an immensely talented player, that's for sure. Rhonda and Tony also asking, yep, Segacic, will he get time? Tan Lee also questioning it, saying Metcalf again, and where is Segacic? Overall good lineup. That's the initial feelings here that everyone is disappointed that Segacic is missing out on the starting 11. But hopefully we do see him brought in at some point. Looking at the lineup, I am happy with it overall. Again, Kai Rolls coming in is the surprise. But again, I think for me it's a move that will see Nestor Irankunda really flourish in an attacking role. So, look, Nestor Irankunda, it's been an interesting one with Tony Popovic in charge of the Socceroos. Irankunda has been in and out of the squad for Tony Popovic. He was in Tony Popovic's first squad almost a year ago. Didn't make too much of an impact in that window from memory. I think he played against China, and then I remember against that draw against Japan, he didn't play at all. And it sort of hadn't been included for a while, hey. So this is Nestori's opportunity to really show Tony Popovic that he needs to be in every single squad going forward. And I think we all think that he should. He's a talented player who's continuing to develop. Again, we shouldn't forget. We should not forget. And it's the same thing with probably Adrian Segacic as well, but Nestor Irankunda still so young. This guy's just a teenager. He has an enormous and hopefully a fantastic career ahead of him. He's still so young and has so much to learn and so much potential. So it is huge to see Irankunda start today, that's for sure. Absolutely huge. Mo Toure as well, great to see him start. I thought he made a really good impact off the bench on Friday. All right, what else are we saying here? Preston, g'day Preston. Says Preston here says Chris Wood scores 5 in the first half before remembering at halftime that he's the GOAT and scores 50 hat-tricks. Look, we're all terrified of Chris Wood, of course, Premier League striker. We're drinking tea out of a Christmas mug today. Hope you guys are enjoying your Tuesday afternoons or Tuesday evenings, wherever you're tuning in from, or Tuesday mornings, perhaps. What snacks have we got? What beverages have we got for this game? G'day, Neo. What time does it start? The game kicks off in, well, it should be 4 minutes, but usually it kicks off a little bit later. On the Paramount, it's always confusing. It's meant to kick off at 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So that's in 4 minutes. But on the Paramount Plus broadcast, it said something about kickoff at 5:10 p.m. So we'll see. Water's drinking tea right now as well. There we go. How we good? Chris says, good to see rewarding Ballard with a start. Yeah, that's the other thing as well. There's so many talking points with this lineup today, but Max Ballard coming in from the start. So good. I mean, what a moment, dude, for me as well as a Mariners fan who has been following Max Ballard's development so closely over the years. Just just an incredible moment. And you guys, who were here for the live watch along on Friday, you guys saw how much I enjoyed that goal. I was to see that ball go in, especially, I mean, just for the Socceroos, because we were like struggling to create chances so much in that game. And for Max Ballard to pop up off, one of his first touches after coming off the bench and score like that on his debut, just incredible. But aside from that, Max Ballard is an incredibly talented player and deserves to be starting for the Socceroos. And the midfield area is an interesting one for Australia as well. It feels like Aidan O'Neill is pretty comfortable in regards to being someone who's going to be regularly named in Australia squads going forward. I think Yazbek will probably be there going forward, but Teagan and Ballard are sort of this next generation of central midfielders coming through, and Tony Popovich clearly obviously really likes Ryan Teague, has given him plenty of game time for the Socceroos, and obviously spent time with him at Melbourne Victory. But Max Ballard, finally he gets the opportunity here, and hopefully Maxi puts in a really strong performance today as well. Yeah. Alligators asks, do you think our midfield will get overrun with just two pivots as the Kiwis midfield have Singh and Moore? Yeah, like possibly. Like that, we saw a little bit of that on Friday with New Zealand playing with Singh as sort of that number 10, and he was floating around looking dangerous, and then you had Thomas and Bell, who was sort of sitting a little bit deeper. But yeah, man, it's something to be wary of, that's for sure. So yeah. I mean, to be fair, for the Socceroos defensively, I think we did a good job to really limit the chances for New Zealand. The one real big chance was that Chris Wood threw on goal. That was a huge opportunity for them, and Paul Izzo came up with a huge save. But aside from that, like New Zealand again dominated and they played really well, but it's not like they were creating chance after chance after chance. I don't know. So defensively, I think we're all right in the end. But yeah, midfield's going to be careful, hey. G'day, Valhoon. G'day, Spencer as well. Spencer says, Izzo again? Feeling for Gauchi, man. That's another surprising one as well. Yeah, so, and look, don't get me wrong, Izzo had a great game on his debut on Friday. But especially considering that these are friendly games, I was expecting Gauchi to come in. So again, we're sort of reading into these things a little bit, but with Izzo starting again in this friendly game, it almost hints that maybe Izzo has sort of overtaken Gauchi. It feels like for the sort of the ranking of the goalkeepers for the Socceroos right now, in terms of like the pecking order, I feel like Matty Ryan's still number 1. But I feel like we would all say Joe Gauchi's number 2. We did see Joe Gauchi start in Tony Popovich's first game in charge last October. But again, Paul Izzo, someone who Tony Popovich worked with at Melbourne Victory, top goalkeeper, great game on debut, and maybe he's taken over Joe Gauchi now. And it's interesting looking at the club situations for those two guys. You've got Paul Izzo, who's just returning from injury, playing for Randers in Denmark. Joe Gauchi, Aston Villa goalkeeper, out on loan at League One side Port Vale this season. And he recently just started his first game for that club as well. So yeah, it's interesting. Oliver, g'day Oliver. Is it only being streamed on Paramount? I'm actually not sure. I'm watching it on Paramount, but is it on free-to-air? Someone let us know. G'day Boston, who says, come on the Roos. Great to see everyone here. G'day Leah Center 23, who says, hey Lockie. Hey mate. Welcome. MT, g'day. Asks, what do you think of Chikati and Sutar partnership at centre back? Yeah, like I think those two guys would be in a full strength backline for the Socceroos for sure. I think Chikati. Well, dude, Chikati's. That's another thing to mention. Alessandro Chikati's wearing the captain's armband tonight. Like, did I see that correctly? If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to double check on the socials real quick. But Degenek was the captain. Degenek was the captain on Friday, right? And if I'm not mistaken, Alessandro Chikati is now the captain for tonight's game. Yep. Yeah, according to the Socceroos socials, Alessandro Chikati is wearing the captain's armband tonight. That is huge. That is huge. But yeah, I mean, just considering that the potential that Chikati has, he's still so young, but still already, yeah, like he's already playing at a top level in Italy. Like he's playing in the top flight in Italy, this guy. He could well be. There's so many players here that, could well be regulars in the starting 11 for Australia going forward for honestly the next decade. And for me, I think those guys, Archicardi and Boss, are absolute locks for the starting 11 for the foreseeable future. I want to say Miller. He's close. He's sort of next in line. And then for me, in terms of like the young guys coming through, I would love to... I'm close to saying Irankunda. And if Segicic can have a really good season at Portsmouth, I think he could be a real star for the Socceroos over the next decade. Waters backing Australia to win. Kickoff is just moments away. It should be kicking off soon. We'll see what happens here. We're coming back from the ad break on the broadcast, and hopefully the teams are coming out of the tunnel shortly. Wait, Marcus says Segicic not listed on the bench. Is that right? Dude, did I miss that? Is Segicic not even on the bench? Oh my gosh. Dude, I missed that. Adrian Segicic not on the bench. Oh, I apologize. Everyone was like earlier was complaining about Adrian Segicic not being involved. Dude, I missed that. Obviously, with these games, a massive bench named, and I'm just double checking, and yeah, you guys are right. Segicic isn't on the bench. I missed that. Calix on the bench. He could make his debut today. Noah Botic on the bench as well. No Segicic on the bench. Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. I missed that. Okay. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So it'll be interesting to see what Tony Popovich says about that. I hope he gets questioned about that. Adrian Segicic, someone who we were hoping we were going to see feature in these games. But Adrian Segicic is not on the bench, and his first Socceroos call-up here, he's not going to play. He's not going to get a minute on the field. That is a big story. That is a big, big story, especially considering that there's been, people online talking about whether maybe he would choose to represent Croatia instead, because apparently he can represent Croatia as well. And us Socceroos fans know what that has been like in recent times with players picking other nations to represent, which of course is their choice, and we respect that. Obviously, we recently saw Nectar Triantis choose to represent Greece. Wish him all the best. But yeah, we don't want to considering how talented Segicic is, we don't want this to turn into one of those situations again. So, wow, dude. Wow. Okay. MT says, no space for Hayden Matthews. Our centre-backs are stacked. Yeah, we've got good depth at centre-back at the moment, I think. Mano says, listening because I can't watch myself. I'm at work. Well, appreciate you tuning in on our live watch along, mate. And hope everything's going all right at work. And yeah, I'm glad we can bring you some sort of coverage of this game as the teams are walking out as we speak. Australia wearing the away kit tonight. What do you make of this away kit? What do you make of it? That sort of it's a predominantly the colors are like black with the like pink and green on the sides, which is different, but I like it. I'm wearing an OG Socceroos kit today. This is from like the 2000s. Yeah, but I don't mind it, man. I don't mind this away kit for the Socceroos. National anthems about to be sung. Alrighty. Spencer says, not a fan. Bring back the 2018 green away. I'm trying to remember what that looks like. Green away kit. I'm trying to remember. Oh, is that the one where it was like sort of like a... Yeah, it was like a green, almost like an aqua sort of shirt, and then like the dark shorts. I don't know if that's 2018. But yeah. Tanley says the away kit is better than the home kit. I personally prefer the home kit. I think they're both really good, actually. I think they're both really, really cool. So, proud moment for these guys, especially for some of these guys coming into the starting lineup tonight, singing the national anthem right now as we speak. Max Ballard, his first start for the Socceroos. Huge moment for him. Chikati wearing the captain's armband. Very interesting call. I don't know if there's like, if we should be like reading into it heaps, but it's just very surprising given that Deganek was like finally given the captain's armband on Friday. And that made a lot of sense. He was the one I was expecting to be given the captain's armband with Matty Ryan out, but I mean, instantly it's been given to Chikati. I wonder if it's just a one-off thing. So we shall see. Kickoff is barely minutes away. New Zealand's now singing their national anthem. Strong lineup tonight for New Zealand. Just only a couple changes for them. Finn Sermon comes in at the back. And Ben Old also starts tonight for New Zealand. 2 former Wellington Phoenix players. So. G'day F in the chat who says, I have the same kit as you, man. Wiltshire. It has shrunk. I've not gotten fat. It says F. Yeah, it's a really cool kit, this one, isn't it? I like the navy blue. It's cool. It's cool. Spencer says the 2012-13 home kit was the best. Again, like, dude, I really struggle with Socceroos kits. If you tell me a year, if I see it, I'll obviously remember it. But yeah. Oliver also earlier said, hopefully Nesta brings some flair this afternoon. I'm sure he will. Appreciate it, guys, joining us for this live watch along. This game is about to kick off. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. We're doing plenty of live streams, live watch alongs for our Aussie teams, and we will be doing plenty for the upcoming A-League season as well. A lot going on at the moment, even though it's A-League's off season. Fixtures set to come out this week. That's what we are expecting. Melbourne City, Macarthur SC are being involved in the Asian Champions League competitions next week as well. They get their campaigns underway next week. That's coming around quick. Transfer windows in its final week for the A-League men's. Hunter reckons that maybe Chikati getting the armband over Deganek. I could see Chikati being the next captain, yeah, for sure. I could see that. He seems like a bit of a leader. He's a young player, but yeah. Yeah. Hunter asks, with the fixtures coming up, the A-League fixtures, what would your preferred round one look like? For my team, the Mariners, I'll tell you what was our round one last? Our Mariners round one last year was at home to Victory. I'll tell you what, we'll take an away game. Let's say away to one of the Sydney teams maybe. I'd take away to Macarthur or Wanderers or something for round one. Just something different. Yeah. Oliver says, I'll be listening to both Lockie and the live stream. Cheers, Oliver, mate. Appreciate it. Spencer says the Matildas kit from the Home World Cup was pretty mad. Yep. Love that kit as well. Yeah. Australia have had some great kits in recent years. I think our last, few kit designs have been really, really good. Some of the ones in the 2010s I wasn't overly stoked with. But lately they've been really cool. All right. The anthems have been sung. The teams are ready to go. Kai Roll starting at left wing back tonight. We are expecting Miller at right wing back. Izzo starting in goals once again. Chikati, Deganek, Burgess, the back three. The solid back three. Can they maintain another clean sheet? Aiden, O'Neill, Max Ballard, our two midfielders. First start for Ballard for the Socceroos. It's a front three of Irankunda, Toure, and Connor Metcalf. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Go Media Stadium. Pretty strong crowd in attendance by the looks of things. Thanks for joining us for the live watch along. It's getting underway. 1-0 win for Australia in Canberra. What will happen tonight in Auckland? Here we go. Who will step up for the Socceroos? Preparations for next year's World Cup. We have kickoff. Our time is ticking away. Australia. Will we see an improved performance? Connor Metcalf with a bit of a cheap giveaway early on. And look, New Zealand, man. We're going to be wary of the quality of this team. This New Zealand team is entering a really good period where they've got a quality squad. Obviously, English Premier League striker Chris Wood leading the line, but you look at those other attacking players there in Ben. It looks like Ben Old's playing off that left wing. Elijah Just off the right. Sarpreet Singh, Ryan Thomas, Joe Bell. Like, it's a good team. It's a very, very good team that New Zealand have. And they got good depth too, even the players on the bench. Even to think, for this camp, for New Zealand, they are without Alex Paulson, their star goalkeeper, and Liberata Kikache, left back. So, but still a strong 11 tonight. G'day, Brian. Who do I think is going to win? I mean, I'd love to back Australia. Should be I'm expecting another close game as well. I'm expecting another close one. Hunter says New Zealand feels like they're in their golden generation. Yeah, I wonder what New Zealand fans feel like. I mean, maybe. This is, you look at the team and it's like there's quality all over the park. Even this very young defensive duo tonight, once again, for New Zealand in Tyler Bindon and Finn Sermon, who are two young centre-backs, but very good centre-backs as well. You've got Tyler Bindon, who's over in England. Finn Sermon at Portland Timbers in the MLS. New Zealand looking to get on the front foot early, of course, in front of our home fans. Latest 23, thanks for joining us today, man. Says Murray Balotelli yet to make a choice where to go. He doesn't have much time left. He doesn't. It's an interesting one. It was a few weeks ago when we heard that Murray Balotelli said himself reportedly that he wanted to play in the A-League. We haven't really heard anything on that recently, hey? So Mario Balotelli, will he come to the A-League this season? Tell you what, I'm still looking at Sydney FC, man. I'm still looking at Sydney FC. I think that could be the destination for Mario Balotelli. That's just my own, in terms of where I think he would be best suited. I think Sydney FC. Jacob reckons we'll win. Love the optimism, Jacob. Ethan, g'day Ethan, says it's so silly that it isn't free to watch here in Australia. Is it not on 10 Place, says someone in the live chat. Yeah, dude, I mean, I'm watching on Paramount. I didn't realize it wasn't on free-to-air. But yeah, this has been a bit of a talking point over the last year or so, hey, where it seems like for the Socceroos games, they have the home game in Australia is free-to-air. And then the away game, because I remember it was the last window, that the game away to Saudi Arabia, that wasn't on free-to-air. So it's interesting, yeah. I don't get how that works. I don't get how that works. Why can't they just show all the national team games on free-to-air? But for anyone joining us, if you can't catch the game, thanks for joining us. Hopefully we can bring you the best coverage we can of this game. As New Zealand's long throw time, Francis de Vries, they are pushing Australia back early on, and de Vries, one of his signatures, the long throw from the Auckland FC left back, playing at his home stadium, we should note. Francis de Vries, Auckland FC defender. It's a good throw, the flick on. Australia get it clear. Metcalf sort of struggling to get going, in New Zealand back in possession. So again, this is sort of the pattern that we saw. We're just 4 minutes in, but this is the pattern that we saw last time around on Friday for Australia, where we struggled. We really struggled to break out and maintain possession, and we were just doing so much defending. And defensively, we were good for the most part on Friday. But this is we're going to get ourselves on the ball. We've got talented players who can get on the ball and make things happen. So our expected lineup, the formation, if you like, is correct. Kai Rolls does look like he's playing at left wing back, but again, I think we'll see Kai Rolls do a lot of defending. A bit of a wrestle here. What's going on here? So Irankunda upended. Tony Popovich furious that Australia haven't earned the free kick, and Irankunda's gone down holding his leg. Slight concern here. Bit of a wrestle with Tim Payne. Ooh. Oh! Tell you what. That is surprising that wasn't called as a free kick. Very interesting. Oliver mentions, yep, it's not a 10 play, unfortunately. G'day, Fishing Adventure. Welcome to the live chat. G'day, Sam. Sam says, how's your day been? It's been good, man. It's been good. Great to see everyone joining us here in the live chat tonight. Tuesday, Arvo. Early kickoff here in Australia. Just past 5 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So Irankunda is back on his feet on the sidelines. Looks all right after that collision with Payne, which wasn't called a foul, but Australia have the throw on the halfway line. Kai Rolls, very interesting. Playing on the left side of a back five, essentially. Again, I think that move to bring Rolls in is to allow freedom for Irankunda to focus on attacking. Kai Rolls just getting beaten to it physically at the moment. Ethan asks, do you know where I'll be able to watch the post-game stuff? Is that free? I mean, well, like, they put the interviews on YouTube and stuff, don't they? On the Football Australia YouTube channel, they put a lot of the interviews. I assume that's what you're talking about, Ethan. Peter says, with the presence of Chris Wood up front, I wonder if there is a conservative approach by Australia to contain, I assume you mean to contain Chris Wood. Yeah, I imagine that's probably part of the thinking. Yeah, that's probably part of the thinking. Top striker, Chris Wood. And, you know, he got him behind our defence on Friday. We've got to be careful, dude. Got to be careful with a top striker like Chris Wood. Leading the attack for New Zealand today, once again. Captain for New Zealand as well, of course. So, after 7 minutes, not a lot really going on. Australia, can we get something going? Toure loses it. Trying to win it back. I'm really excited about Toure. Oh, just Chris Wood almost in behind. I'm really excited about Toure, man. He's a player who I think has enormous potential, and he's tall, he's strong, he's fast too. And he's already been on the score sheet for Randers this season. And he's one who I think, with a big season for his club, could really take control of that striker position for Australia. No Mitch Duke in this camp, of course. Noah Botic, the only other striker. So, you know, Tony Popovich has given the opportunity to Toure here to really step up and become that main man up front for Australia, which I think he can do. Ethan says, Izzo had an amazing debut. Yes, he did. Oh, here's a chance. Elijah Just has the ball in the box. Blocked. Comes away. Still on the attack, New Zealand. Dude. All of a sudden, New Zealand in behind. Out of nothing. And a little bit of concern in the box for Australia, who are on the defence. Come on, Australia, says Jacob. That's right, mate. Uptown, where can I watch live? You can watch on Paramount Plus for those in Australia. Paramount Plus, where you can also watch all of the A-League's games this upcoming season. Nine minutes have been played, and Australia haven't really had anything in the forward half at all. New Zealand, again, this is continuing very much like what we saw from game one. So much defending. So much time on the back foot. But with, you know, especially with Toure and Irankunda, we know two players who have pace. So if we can maybe get a counter-attack going here, that would be great. Okay, New Zealand. Long ball down the left. Finds Benold. His touch is heavy. A little bit of sloppiness, it feels like, from both teams early on here. Like Lewis Miller's just given the ball away after winning it. And then New Zealand give it away. And Ballard goes long. Then he's given it away. Literally, in that last 10 seconds there, the ball was given away like 4 or 5 times. Both teams maybe struggling a little bit just to get a bit of rhythm going after 10 minutes at Go Media Stadium. Thanks for joining us for a live watch along. Hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Lena, you can watch the stream on Paramount Plus for those in Australia. Sing. Down the right. New Zealand. Using the ball a lot around the edge of the box, trying to find a way in. Here it comes, though. Thomas. So Izzo claims, again, no like clear, real shots on goal for New Zealand yet, hey? But again, this is real defensive play from Australia. Very conservative. And hey, I mean, like I shouldn't be so negative, right? I shouldn't be so negative. Because defending like this earned us a win against Japan. It's incredible footballing team, Japan. We won because of our defending. Oh, jeez, what's going on at the back there? Cameron Burgess not happy with Paul Izzo, but what's Burgess complaining about? What do you expect your goalkeeper to do in that situation? And I tell you what, that was something that Tony Popovic highlighted post-match after game 1. How, yeah, there were some maybe worrying moments at the back where maybe they shouldn't have passed back to Izzo. I mean, that was another example. Like, what's Cameron Burgess doing there? Playing a short back pass to Izzo. He's instantly under pressure. Just seems unnecessary. Oliver says, let's be honest, Popovic ball is boring. Well, I mean, it's like, yeah, like it's not, we're not going to see this team for the Socceroos create many chances or have many shots on goal, but it's been getting us results. You know, we won on Friday, we beat Japan, we beat Saudi Arabia. Like, again, we should highlight, for all the criticisms that we have, Australia are yet to lose a game under Tony Popovic, which is fantastic. And he's been in charge for almost a year. We are yet to lose a game, which is fantastic considering the position that the Socceroos were in, you know, under Graham Arnold, where we're just looking real shaky. And that, again, we shouldn't, like, it wasn't that long ago. It was just over a year ago. That loss on the Gold Coast to Bahrain, right? Which was just one of the biggest shocks for the Socceroos in recent memory. And that, you know, it was clear at that point that something needed to change. So, here come the Socceroos. On the halfway line. What are we going to do? Nice ball forward for Metcalf. Connor Metcalf, shaky start to this game. 3 or 4 times in possession, and he's lost it every time. A player who, I know he's playing in a wide position. I would love to see Connor Metcalf revert back to a central midfield position. I think he operates really well there, but that's just me personally. Don't know about you guys. Ladder prediction, says Marcus as well. I assume you're talking about the A-League. I'll tell you what, we will be doing a full ladder prediction video in a few weeks' time before the A-League season. But you put me on the spot, man. Pseudo's here as well. G'day. Sam, big question. Does Sutar make your World Cup squad when he does eventually get fit? Yeah. Yep. I think, like, Harry Sutar is always a reliable performer for the Socceroos. So, yeah. Yep. Definitely. I think everyone would agree, right? Like, surely Sutar straight into the World Cup squad if he's back. F says, when Ange took over Australia, there was more than a few complaining. Trust Popper. In Popper we trust. Australia go back to Izzo again. Go along down the right. Miller getting high up the park, trying to win the ball. So, and he's won it. Miller trying to charge forward. And he goes all the way back to New Zealand's goalkeeper, Max Crocombe. Still trying to get into rhythm at the moment. Kai Rolls left wing back, a new position for him today. We have seen him play left back before, but I don't ever recall seeing Kai Rolls play at left wing back as sort of part of a back five, you know. So after 15 minutes, Australia not really got anything happening going forward. A little bit more time on the ball now. This is better. Miller. Metcalf wanted the run. Wanted the return ball, rather. And Lewis Miller will win a throw in a good position. But there was that pass was definitely on for Metcalf. Oh, Irankunda. Oh, Irankunda. Well, that's what he does, Nestor Irankunda, and that's why we love him. As soon as he got the ball there on the edge of the box, he went for a shot. Just didn't quite get the contact right. Sailed wide. But that was almost something out of nothing for Australia. Oscar says, still remember when Maxi scored the other night? What a moment. Max will, of course, remember it forever, won't he? Oscar asks, what do you think of Mariners buying Reddy? Now, Oscar, I assume you mean Redmayne when you say Reddy and not Liam Reddy. That would be funny. Look, in terms of Mariners getting Redmayne, I think it's a smart move. You got to sign some experienced A-League players, and Andrew Redmayne is a very experienced A-League player, so I think it's a good signing. My only concern for the Mariners is, who starts. Is it Redmayne or Parach Cullen, who started last season and was good for the Mariners, I thought. Still very young, a lot of potential, and having Parach Cullen on the bench, is that going to affect his development this season? I don't know. Hunter says Nestor tries when most other people wouldn't. Yeah, he never gives up, Nestor Irankunda. So long ball here for Toure, who's got it. Oh, inside for Metcalf. So first chance for Australia. We got a corner. Toure got on possession. And again, just like he did on Friday, Toure, nice work, just calming himself on the ball and finding the pass. Just like for the goal on Friday. Finding Metcalf, who had the space in the box, and Bindon was there to make the block. But Australia have a corner. In-swinger from Metcalf. Not many players in the box. Dude, that's what we saw on Friday as well. Just like 4 players in the box for Australia. Like, that's... Miloš Degenek has stayed back. Miloš Degenek has stayed back for that corner. So that's the thing. Australia doing so much defending, even for set pieces, we don't want to commit numbers forward. We had just 4 players in the box, and one of our tallest players, Miloš Degenek, didn't even go up. Australia lose possession after that corner. 0-0 after 18 minutes in Auckland. Sam says, I'm not understanding the hate Mitchell Duke gets. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's deserved at all. I think he's... Like, we shouldn't forget what Mitch Duke has done for Australia over the years. Scoring at the FIFA World Cup 2022. Scoring for the Socceroos against Saudi Arabia a few months ago in that crucial qualifying match. Well, that's a poor pass. Degenek just too far ahead of Burgess. Another little glimpse. I mean, defensively, we've been very good, and I love this back three that's starting today for Australia, but that was a little bit of a worrying moment there. I don't know about that, intellectual. I don't know about that. In regards to Weston's license, I haven't heard anything about that. Ooh, nice from Kai Rolls to evade the tackle. Getting it forward. Long ball for Toure. Goes unstuck again. Too many of Australia's passes forward just aren't quite the right ones. Seem to be going a bit too early at times. Good challenge. Ooh, bit of a nasty one. A heavy collision. Ballard has come up hurt. It's a yellow card. It's a yellow card for Sarpreet Singh. Look, even as an Australian fan, I'm surprised by that. It was a heavy collision, but Sarpreet Singh was in possession of the ball. This replay will be interesting. We saw some nasty challenges on Friday. Great run from Singh. Yeah, so Singh went in heavy for the ball there, but cleaned up Ballard as well. So first yellow card of the game. Sarpreet Singh. Stiff card, says Intellectual. Sam says, is it just me? Or when I think that we are similar to England when it comes to goalkeepers, it doesn't matter who plays goalkeeper. They can just never displace the number one, being Jordan Pickford for England and Matty Ryan, says Sam. I mean, to be fair, I think a fact to that as well is the fact that Matty Ryan is just so good. Like, Matty Ryan is one of Australia's all-time greatest goalkeepers for me. So there's been no one really to step up. Australia have some great goalkeepers. Paul Izzo and Joe Gauci are good goalkeepers, but yeah, no one's displacing Matty Ryan at this stage, hey? Fishing says that Australia needs a prolific striker. We do. And I am optimistic that Toure is that guy, man. I think he is. And hopefully he just continues his development, continues going on an upward trajectory. Mo Toure. Here's Irankunda. Toure's what? Dude, Toure's way offside. What is he doing? That's so funny. I'm like harping up Toure. And that little almost counter-attack for Australia. Toure was like 10 metres offside, and I don't think he even realised. He was one on the ball, though. Toure wanting to press here with his teammates. Crocombe goes long. And it should come all the way through here to Izzo, who really shanks that clearance. Rolls able, well done, Rolls, to keep that in, though. Dude, this is a real scrappy game. Both of these games have been pretty scrappy, haven't they? A little bit messy. Not the most beautiful football. But hey, it's Popper Ball, and it's got us the results so far. Schwarzer, Bosnich, we're saying in the live chat. Yeah, of course. Thoughts on Lakeside hosting the Australia Cup final, asks Sam. I don't mind it. Apparently Amy Park was unavailable. I think it's okay. Obviously, Newcastle Jets fans would have loved to have hosted. They get to pick a team. It's been a fairy tale story for Heidelberg United, and they've got, well, they're not hosting it at their home, but at a decent ground in Melbourne there. So it is what it is. But look, I do feel for Newcastle Jets fans, because I remember in 2021 when Mariners made the Australia Cup final for the first time ever, and Melbourne Victory got to host, when I thought it would have been great to see Mariners host that one. So Australia, a little bit of time on the ball here. Again, a bit of a wayward pass from Burgess, goes up in the air. Ballard flicks it up. Toure. Oh, it needed to go inside because Metcalf had the space. Irankunda has it on the left. Good position here for Australia. Come on. Working it around. Burgess. What's happening? What are we doing here? What's the plan? Ballard. Ballard's been lively, man. He's been pretty keen to get on the ball. Feeds it for Chikati, who's getting forward. Metcalf goes back. Chikati wanted the return ball. Miller. A lot of players getting a touch of the ball here. This is a rare moment for Australia. We haven't really seen this over the two games. We were committing numbers forwards, and that's offline again. Burgess just passed maybe a little bit short for Irankunda, and it's a foul. Yellow card as well. Wow, Metcalf is booked. Especially for a friendly game as well. We've already got a few bookings. Metcalf. I don't know, man. I mean, it's a foul. I don't know if that's a yellow card. I don't know. Valhoon says, ref a bit trigger happy on these cards. That's right. Australia Cup final, 4th of October at Lakeside Stadium. Says Heidelberg for the win, says Water. Bit of a stop-start game at the moment too, with a few fouls here and there. Again, Chikati wearing the armband tonight. Izzo goes out to Rolls. Need to try and get our attacking players on the ball a bit more, and get to see a bit more quality on the ball too. Giving possession away a little bit too cheaply at times so far. Feels like both teams are pretty evenly matched as well. We're talking about, heading into this game. I predicted sort of a win for Australia and then maybe a win for New Zealand. Oh, heavy challenge on Miller, who's gone down. Early ball by Metcalf is offline, but Irankunda's chasing it. Almost got it. He goes down. Looking for the foul. Has he got it? No? No. Why has play been stopped then? Why has play been stopped? Must be offside. Anyway. So after 25 minutes, 0-0 between New Zealand and Australia. 1-0 win for Australia in game 1. Max Ballard with the late goal. New Zealand long ball. Ooh, almost with a chance. Cleared away. So New Zealand haven't really... I mean, Elijah just got in the box for a dangerous moment earlier in the game. But aside from that, New Zealand haven't really had any chances. We haven't seen much of Chris Wood in these opening 26 minutes. Shaky touch from Chicardi goes out of play. Just about every player, I think, on the field has misplaced a pass at this stage. It feels like, at least. It's been a lot of sloppiness, it feels like, hey. Not a lot of rhythm. Not a lot of flow. Ben Old down the left. This is a good play from New Zealand. Chris Wood. Well, literally, we were just talking about him. And we're like, where's Chris Wood? He's been so quiet. And then literally seconds later, he gets a shot on target. Out of nothing. Nice little fast-moving, sort of fast-passing play there. Ben Old combining with Thomas, combining with Singh. And Chris Wood, you do not want to give him time in the box because that guy will put the ball in the back of the net. He's done it for Nottingham Forest many times over the past year in the English Premier League. But it was a comfortable save for Izzo. Not too much power on it in the end. Appreciate you guys joining us for this live watch along for this friendly match between Australia and New Zealand. I mean, we say friendly, but as Tony Popovich said, doesn't like using the word friendly, man. These are competitive games. These players, big opportunity to show Tony Popovich what they've got, what they can do for the Socceroos. But of course, got a big rivalry with our neighbours, New Zealand. Having said that, I mentioned this on the stream on Friday, but when it comes to the World Cup, we were talking about like a second team, sort of like your second favourite team to watch the World Cup. And for me, my second team's going to be New Zealand, dude. You know, you got so many of those players who play in the A-League, and we want to see them do well. But yeah, we want to see our friends in New Zealand do well. Marcus asks, do you expect to see Botic? I think so. I don't know if Toure will play a full 90 minutes. So I think we might see Botic. He's on the bench today. So yeah, I think we might. Here's a chance for New Zealand, who have won it high at the park. Heavy pass from Just. Dude, the passes are just so offline tonight. So many passes just going astray that both teams just giving away possession left, right, and center. Can someone just keep the ball for more than 10 seconds? Please. Really strong crowd at Go Media Stadium in Auckland for this one. A few empty seats, but strong crowd. And we saw plenty of big attendances for Auckland FC this past A-League season, and hopefully we see them continue to draw big crowds this coming campaign. Round 1 A-League fixtures set to be revealed tomorrow morning. The full draw, supposedly, reportedly, could be coming on Thursday. Long throw for Auckland. De Vries is going to hurl this ball into the penalty area. Keep an eye on Finn Sermon. He'll try to get the flick on. Goes over him though. Ooh, Irankunda. Ooh, appeals for a handball. Nothing doing on that front. So, we've played half an hour in New Zealand, and let me just check how many shots we've had. It's probably been like 2, honestly. It wouldn't be much. Surely not. 2 shots for either side. There we go. 2 shots for either side. 1 on target for New Zealand. Surely that shot for Australia, that Metcalf chance would have been on target. It was a blocked shot, but it was surely on target. Here comes Irankunda. A bit of space room on the left. Oh, asking a lot of Toure with that pass, but Australia have the throw. But a little bit better. A little bit better. Marcus asks, do you think it would be good if A-League men's games were walk-ins? What do you mean by that, Marcus? I'm not sure what you mean. Walk-ins. Do you mean like walk-ins as in like people can attend for free? I'm not sure what that means. Oscar asks, how come the Mariners have a good season? Everybody wants to leave, but when other teams have a good season, they reject every offer. Well, I mean, it comes down to Mariners. They're a selling club. They develop players and sell them on for a fee. Walk-ins for free? I don't know about that. Like, where are they going to make their money, you know? I don't think... Like, it's an interesting concept, but I don't think if, like, A-League games were free to attend, I don't think the attendances would be huge, you know? So, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. Intellectual asks, anyone go to Mariners games? Me. How can they improve matchday at Gosford? Interesting question there. Oscar says better parking. Yeah, I mean, I would second that. Better parking. I tell you what, the food has improved at Central Coast Stadium. The food has improved. There was a new burger they brought in last season, and it was actually all right. It was actually all right. So the food's improved a little bit. But it's, of course, now called Polytech Stadium, the home of Central Coast Mariners there in Gosford. And hopefully one of the best stadiums in Australia. I don't know if I'm just being biased being a Mariners fan, but hopefully we see the Mariners there host the opening game of the season. Oh, here's a chance! Oh, what a header! And what a save! Oh, out of nothing. Kai Rolls denied by Crocombe. Well, we said he wasn't going to do a lot of attacking today, but Kai Rolls popped up in the box. Thumping header. But Max Crocombe has pulled up with a phenomenal save. Wow, what a stop. The replay. Cross from Miller was great. What a header. Dude, that is a fabulous save from Max Crocombe. Brilliant cross from Miller. The two former Central Coast Mariners teammates combining. Kai Rolls got the connection perfect on that header. And Crocombe, that was an enormous save. Enormous. Wowee. Stay, you can watch, it's not on KO, you can watch this game on Paramount Plus. Marcus says Central Coast Stadium is the most beautiful located stadium. It's gorgeous, isn't it? We love it. We love it. G'day, Paul. How's it going, mate? Great to see everyone in the live chat today. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit the like button. Oh, here comes Toure. Can he get away? He can! Toure! Yes! Mo Toure scores! Australia lead! 1-0. And Toure. Brilliant. Through one goal, and that's what he can do. Is this guy the future of Australia? When it comes to strikers, the forwards, Mo Toure, former Adelaide United youngster, now at Randers, through one goal, and Australia lead in Auckland. Wow, Valhoon loves it, Brian loves it, Water loves it. Fantastic. Well, dude, he did so well because the ball, great ball from Metcalf. What a pass from Metcalf. But it looked like Tyler Bindon was going to win it. Mo Toure. Look at the strength, though. How smart is that from Toure? Tyler Bindon going in for the slide to claim possession. Toure just giving him a very fair, it was completely fair, just a slight shoulder to shoulder, just to knock him off balance. And it was enough to allow Toure to get on the ball and finish it past Max Crocombe. Water says, congrats, Toure is a legend. Wow, what a moment. In a game that was a little bit stop and start, a little bit sloppy so far. Well, we've finally got our first goal. And it was our first sort of real... well, no, sorry, not our first real chance. Kyle Rolls with the great header moments before that. But Toure in on goal. And that's fantastic, man. Just showing Tony Popovic what he can do in that situation. That was superb. Again, not just the finish, but the physical work there to fairly knock Tyler Bindon off his balance. Completely fair there to win, because it looked like he wasn't going to win that ball. The Metcalf pass was good. It was promising. But Bindon was getting to that ball first. And Toure did enough with his physicality to win it and then finish. That was fantastic. That was a great, great goal from Mohamed Toure. Fantastic start for Australia. I mean, how do you guys feel about Mo Toure? Do you think he's the sort of the starting striker for Australia going forward? Is he the future? Up front. Tarnley says, Toure, World Cup starting striker for sure. Dude, I tell you what, we could see it. We could see it. Ooh, that's got to be a foul. Yes, it is. I mean, Tyler Bindon's complaining, but he's completely shoulder charged Irankunda there. It's certainly a free kick. And I tell you what, Australia, well, this is much improved. This is a lot better compared to game one so far. Irankunda just showing it. Yeah, that's clear. Look at that. I mean, Tyler Bindon, a clear push in the back there on Irankunda. It's an obvious free kick. Hunter says Toure needs to be at least on the squad in the World Cup. Yep. Yeah, I think you look at like the strikers right now for Australia. Like, is Mitch Duke still in the conversation? Like, there's no one really there. Hey, like, you've got some of the older players in Taggart and Borrello who are playing in the A-League. Like, Mo Toure, there is a serious chance that Mo Toure steps up as that first-choice striker. So, free kick out wide. Metcalf crosses. Headed away. O'Neill hits it. Oh! Aidan O'Neill. New York City midfielder not too far away with that long-range strike. But I tell you what, Australia are well and truly on top. The last 10-15 minutes, the Socceroos have taken control of this game. Kyle Rolls with a great chance. Toure scores. O'Neill not far away. And we are getting closer to the end of this first half. Socceroos looking to add some more goals. Here's Toure. Laying it off for Miller. This is a good chance. Wants the pass. Miller. Cross for Ballard. Dude. Ballard going first time, but just did not get the contact right at all. The Raid side says Duke is like 45 now. It feels like he's been around forever, that's for sure. Adstar says, no, Mitch Duke is not in the conversation, please. Says Adstar. Yeah, I mean, like, he might be, like, in the World Cup, with this current system we're playing, you'd imagine that the Socceroos will be taking 3 strikers to the World Cup. I think Toure's just about a lock. Oh, that's a great touch. Let's come back to that discussion point, because Sarpreet sings away for New Zealand down the left. Crossing. Oh, off the crossbar. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Somehow New Zealand don't score. Paul Izzo with a miraculous save. What just happened? Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, that was insane. Well, it was almost an own goal. Chicardi heads it off the crossbar. Tim Payne with an open goal. It was Aidan O'Neill who almost scored the own goal. And Paul Izzo flaps a hand up and tips it over the bar. That is incredible. Oh, well, he had a great debut last week. Chaos indeed. What a save, says Alec. Corner, De Vries, headed away. The shot comes in from Old and it's wide. Oh my gosh, dude. Drama. Chaos. Layouts in at 23. Who scored for Australia? Mo Toure. Water says Izzo has solidified his spot maybe as one of the top goalkeepers for Australia going forward. I mean, some eyebrows were raised pre-game when the lineup was announced and Izzo was named again. Like, again, he had a great game on Friday, but I think a lot of us expected Gauchi to get the running game too. But Izzo. Brilliant stuff. We'll never forget one of the for me, one of the greatest all-time goalkeeping performances in A-League history, that elimination final, Melbourne Derby in 2024. You might remember that game. Went to a penalty shootout as well. Paul Izzo was incredible in that game. One of the all-time greatest A-League goalkeeping performances in a single game for me. And he's doing it now for the Socceroos. That's why we love the A-League, man. It's for so many reasons, but it's such a fantastic place for players to develop. So many of these players starting tonight on the bench, this whole squad, so many of them have come through the A-Leagues. Not all of them, but most of them. Most of them. So long-range free kick for New Zealand. De Vries swings it in. Headed away by Degenek. Defensively, Australia holding on so far. But New Zealand are pretty keen to get back on the score sheet. Well done, Australia, dealing with that situation at the back once again. Marcus asks, do you think Matty Ryan is a starter for Levante? I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with the goalkeeper situation at Levante. But what I will say is that if he's making that move of the season of a World Cup, surely Matty Ryan is going to Levante in Spain with the expectation that he will be starting week in, week out in La Liga. Surely. We saw what happened this time a year ago. Matty Ryan going to a great club in Italy, in AS Roma, but he was just sitting on the bench. He wasn't playing. And with the likes of Gauci and Izzo really impressing. I mean, look, Ryan will be in that World Cup squad, no doubt. Ryan will be in that World Cup squad. But you almost wonder, with some impressive performances from Izzo and Gauci, will one of those guys start ahead of Ryan? I don't know, man. Maybe. I'm just deploying the question. I'm not saying that Matty Ryan's going to slip off from that starting position, but yeah. Alrighty. Not long to go in this first half. Frenzied Rabbit. G'day, man. Asks, do away goals count in the balance here? I don't think so. I wouldn't think so. Or straight to pens if it's a draw. Dude, would they do a penalty shootout? I know it's just a friendly game. Would they? They would, wouldn't they? Good question. I imagine it would go straight to penalty shootout. But I don't know for sure. If someone knows, let us know. So, a bit of a string of free kicks here for New Zealand. Sarpreet Singh is going to shoot. And that is, oh my gosh, that's a very poor free kick. That has gone quite a distance above the goal. Sarpreet Singh, fantastic player though. Still playing over in Europe, formerly of Wellington Phoenix, you might remember a few years back. Thanks, Marcus. Marcus says 90 viewers, impressive, almost at 4.5k subs. Appreciate it, folks. Thanks for joining us here for our live watch along. We've got plenty of live streams coming up throughout the A-League season, which is getting underway in just over a month. It's around the corner. We should be doing a live watch along for the Australia Cup final in a couple weeks' time as well. So join us for that one. Heidelberg United, Newcastle Jets in the Australia Cup final. 1-0 for Australia. Toure with a goal. It was a 1-0 win for the Socceroos in game one. Dude, if we can get another 1-0... Dude, if we can get another 1-0 win, that's perfect. Clean sheet. Victory. Classic Tony Popovich. Classic. So I think Tony Pop. I'll tell you what. I think Tony Popovich will be happy with what he's seen from his side so far. In attack, it's been much better. We've created more opportunities. We've been a bit more adventurous going forward. It's not just Geordie Boss. So yeah, man. I think it's working. Kai Rolls, nicely done. Winning it forward. Toure. This is a chance for Australia. It's Metcalf, Miller. Forward ball. Tyler Binden's there for the clearance, but again, another prime example of the Socceroos looking dangerous going forward and adventurous. Like, we're seeing some more players commit to the attack. Good job there by Kai Rolls just to keep winning that ball, keep it driving forward there. under the challenges. 1 minute added on, folks. Stick around for the halftime break. We'll be jumping in the live chat if you guys have any questions on anything Socceroos, Matildas, A-Leagues. We talk all things Australian football here at Oz Watch Football. Miller's in so much space. Give him the ball. He has it now. Lewis Miller cuts in. Here he goes. Wins the foul. So the Socceroos will end the half with a free kick here. But a much better half. Much better half. G'day, Tay. Excited for the Mariners fixture? Yes, very excited. We're all, of course, excited for the early fixtures coming out. Well, round one's coming out tomorrow morning. So, and yes, definitely keen to get to some away days. That is half-time. No time for that free kick. 1-0 to the Socceroos at the half-time break. Much better from the Socceroos. Mo Toure, fantastic goal. Really well taken goal. Australia with the lead. How are we feeling? Compared to like the two halves that we saw in game one, like out of the total now 3 halves of football we've seen from an Australian point of view, this one has been the best in terms of the halves of football we have seen up to this point. But 45 minutes have been played in Auckland. 1-0 lead for Australia. But yes, a lot going on at the moment, even though it's A-League's off-season. So round 1 fixtures set to come out tomorrow. Reportedly, the 4 fixtures are coming out on Thursday. So finally, we're getting some fixtures. Obviously, we really feel for what's going on with Western United at the moment. That club will not be competing in the A-Leagues for at least this coming season. So they have been put into hibernation. That's the word that's been used. So we feel for that club, man. The players, the staff, the fans of what they're going through. That club will not be featuring this year. Speaking of Western United, Sean asks, where's Botic at? Former Western United striker Noel Botic. Sean, he's on the bench today. Named on the bench today, Noel Botic. I think there's a chance we see him in this game. I think he will come on in the second half. Maybe late on in the second half if we're still leading. But Toure's been very good so far in this first half. And I don't know if Toure will play the full 90. He came off the bench, Mo Toure, on Friday. So whether he's up to playing a full 90, look, I'm not doubting his ability to play a full 90, but maybe we will see Noah Botic come on in this second half. F says, Craig Goodwin back at Coopers. If he's fit, you think he has a look in? Yes. Yes, I do think so. I think Craig Goodwin has been one of Australia's best players in the last 5 or so years. Yeah, an informed Craig Goodwin is one of the Socceroos' best players. Yeah, for me, and I think he does suit this system that we do play. Tell you what, I wouldn't even mind seeing Craig Goodwin play left wing back. Like if Geordie Boss is unavailable, Craig Goodwin is able to play that sort of position, left wing back. So that could be an option for Craig as well. But yeah, I think Craig Goodwin, like if he's fit. And if he's in form for Adelaide, every time he comes back to Adelaide, he plays well. I think he'll be in that World Cup squad. And I think he'll be a valuable inclusion just because he has that experience. Obviously scored at the last World Cup as well. So I think considering the younger attackers that we have coming through with Irankunda and Segicic, I think you look at Goodwin and I think he would be a very important player in the World Cup squad. Yes, Oscar Noel Botic has departed West United. He's now at Austria. I do want to get the club name correct. Is it Austria Vienna? He's in Austria. He's in Austria, that's for sure. Hasn't necessarily been playing all that much for his new club. I think he's been coming off the bench a little bit, Noel Botic, for his new club in Austria. But he's had a great last 12 months, Noel Botic. Fantastic season last year in the A-League for Western United. Scored a bunch of goals. And grabbed a bunch of assists as well. That was the other thing for Botic. He added assists to his game as well. So, yeah. So, I think we may well see Noah Botic in the second half. Frenzied Rabbit asks, are you updating your ladder predictions? Yes, definitely. We did an early ladder prediction video. That was like a couple months ago now. I guarantee you it'll be drastically different. Says, no Western United. Lots of signings. Plenty of preseason matches have happened since. Any big movers? Yeah. So we'll be doing the A-League ladder prediction video. Like when we do that, everyone always loves doing their ladder predictions. It's always a big sort of talking point when it comes around. So we will be doing that in a few weeks' time, closer to the A-League season. We'll do it in October. Just to give you like a bit of a preview right now in terms of big movers. I think based on the Australia Cup form, that's funny. I'm literally about to talk about Newcastle Jets, and on the broadcast right now is Newcastle Jets head coach Mark Milligan. That's hilarious. Newcastle Jets, based off their form in the Australia Cup, I think they'll be really, really competitive this A-League season. Probably not good for me to say being a Mariners fan, but I've been really impressed with what the Jets have showed in the Cup and just the style of football. Their new style of football is looking real dangerous, and they've got some great attacking players. So I've got a feeling Jets could actually push finals football. There's a real good vibe around Brisbane Roar. I think they might bounce back and be really competitive. I don't know if they'll push them to the 6, but they should be close. In terms of teams who I think will be towards the top, I think Auckland will be in the mix. I think MacArthur will be in the mix. I really like the team that MacArthur have built. So there's question marks for me, though, around Sydney FC and Melbourne Victory. Look, Victory recently signing Denny Genreau yesterday, which was a good signing for them. But we shouldn't forget, Victory have lost so many key players. Casey Boss, Ryan Teague, Zinedine Machash, Daniel Arzani, Mitch Langerak's retired. They've lost a lot of players. And they've really only got one recognised striker in Nicholas Vogos. Sorry, no, excuse me. They've got Jing Reese there still as well, so he could certainly play as striker. So, we will be doing an A-League ladder prediction next month, that's for sure. Hit the like button on this live stream if you haven't done so already. Support the channel. You can also consider sending in a super chat. We're doing plenty of live streams throughout the upcoming A-League season. G'day, Highlanders. Do you like NRL? I'm a casual NRL fan, I'll say that. Yeah, I don't watch much of it. Football is number one for me. Great to see so many comments here coming in. Hunter earlier said Goodwin, Irvine, Ryan definitely already booked their tickets to North America. Yeah, I like Jackson Irvine. We know he's been out with injury, but I think he's still in the mix. Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, you look, so in this current squad, 4 midfielders there in O'Neill, Ballard, Teague, Yazbek. Like, who would, if Irvine was to come in, if Irvine was fit, which of those players miss out? Which of those players miss out? I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's not an easy answer. Like, my first thought was Teague, but he has been good for the Socceroos in his limited appearances. I really rate Max Ballard, so yeah, it's an interesting one. But yeah, I would agree. F says Paul Okonexla will be worth a look at Sydney FC. His dad was a top pro. Yes, he was. Former Socceroo, of course. And Paul Okonexla, a player who wasn't he called up to the Socceroos a few months back? Yeah. So he's a guy who could be a future Socceroo, that's for sure. Okonexla. And I think we're all expecting him to have a big season at Sydney FC. Yeah. The stats for this game have been shown on the broadcast. Possession quite even, 52-48. And the shots are equal, 6 shots for each team and 2 shots on target for each team. There we go. So that sort of tells you, like, that we remember the stats from the first half in game 1 would, like, skewed completely to New Zealand, basically. But now it's much more even. Much more even. Second half, not too far away. Australia with a 1-goal lead, courtesy of Mo Toure. He was called into the training camp, says John. That was right. Thanks for correcting me. Hunter also says Ocon is a player to watch this season. Yeah, he had some impressive performances for Sydney FC in their Australia Cup run. Adstar says Irvine is getting a bit injury prone. He may not be fit when the time comes. I mean, yeah, like this injury's obviously been a bad one for Irvine. He's been out for a few months now, hasn't he? Hopefully, I mean, we hope that he stays injury-free going forward. Like, prior to that injury, he was one of Australia's best players over the past year. Under Tony Popovich, he was really good. He scored a few goals. He scored a few goals in the last year for Australia. So, yeah. Hunter also early on said Newcastle Jets, I feel, is a team that'll either just make or just miss out on finals. Yeah, like that's where I'm sitting at with them at the moment, I think. Like it's always tricky with the A-League teams who are who struggle towards the bottom of the ladder, especially Newcastle Jets that haven't been in finals for ages. So, it's always tricky to have the confidence to say that they're going to really push into the six. So, yeah, I don't have that confidence about them yet, but I think they could be a real surprise team who could really push up the ladder this year. Tyne Lee says, I hope Calic gets his debut. Yeah, another player who not a lot of people have talked about. A lot of the discussion has been taken by the likes of Nestor Irankunda and Adrian Segicic. But Anthony Calic on the bench today could make his debut for Australia. Ethan says, I'm going to the Oz Cup final. Love it. Lakeside Stadium, Heidelberg United, Newcastle Jets, October 4. Love it. Alrighty. Adstar earlier said, is a great save was the difference in that first half. It's kept Australia, it's kept the clean sheet. It has kept the clean sheet, hey. G'day Mark, who says, Geordie Boss looked great in the first leg. Yep, fantastic. He was my player of the match in that first leg. Yep. He was fantastic. And one of the Socceroos' best players. But again, I want to go back to that talking point that I mentioned earlier. So, Irankunda starting today. Kai Rolls starting at left wing back, which is a little bit of a surprise. Haven't really seen Kai Rolls play at left wing back much in his career. But Kai Rolls is naturally a much more defensive player compared to Geordie Boss, who loves to get forward and attack. I just wonder if bringing in Kai Rolls goes in tandem with bringing in Irankunda, because Irankunda loves to attack. You want to allow him that freedom to get forward and attack, and you bring in a defensive player sitting behind Irankunda to sort of provide that defensive cover, if you like, for Nestor Irankunda. So I wonder if Tony Popovic is maybe just a little bit cautious of playing Irankunda and Geordie Boss together. But hey, let's do it. I'd love to see it. Maybe this is the time to do it. Will we see any changes at halftime? I don't think we will, but we'll see. But hey, I think it could work. Geordie Boss and Irankunda on a left wing together. I would like to think that it could work. Two talented players as well who have enormous potential. Some great questions coming in. Hunter asks, how much game time do you think Redmayne will get? I feel he'll be used as a playing coach. I mean, I think he will. I've got a feeling he will be the starting goalkeeper for Mariners. So I honestly think he will play most of the games. That's where I'm at right now. But again, like Parech Cullen, you want to continue his development at Mariners, hey? Yeah. Super G'day asks, what's your thoughts on the game being at Lakeside rather than Newcastle Stadium? I'm okay with it. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. They have to. I do think maybe they have to figure out a better system for picking the venue for the Australia Cup final. Just so, because obviously there's a lot of Newcastle Jets fans who are upset that they're not hosting the final. So they have to figure out some sort of system so that people aren't complaining. Ethan says it's Australia Cup rules. If a local club plays an A-League team, it's always at the local club's home ground. I believe that only applies for all the other rounds. I don't know if it applies for the final. Like, as far as I'm aware, when it comes to the Australia Cup final, it's all up to Football Australia. Like, they get to make the decision on where it is. Yeah, which is an interesting one. G'day, Oliver, who's just come back from taking the dog for a walk. Hope you enjoyed your walk, mate. How have we looked so far? Well, Oliver, it's been much better compared to what we saw in Game 1. My assessment of that first half, just much more improved. The sort of the first 20 minutes was pretty sloppy, I thought, from Australia and from New Zealand too, to be fair. And then the chances started to flow later on, and Toure gets that goal, and that wasn't the only chance for Australia. Kai Rolls with a great chance, Metcalf with a shot in the box. Australia have looked a bit more adventurous going forward. So that is what I think we wanted to see in this second leg, and we're getting it, and that's good to see. So, second half is about to kick off. New Zealand are already out on the field, and Socceroos only just now returning to the pitch. Tony Popovic also walking out, the Socceroos head coach looking to maintain his record here with the Socceroos. Haven't lost a game as of yet, with Tony Popovic in charge. Alrighty. Second half is about to kick off. How are we feeling? What's our predictions? What substitutions do you want to see made? Hopefully we see some more debuts. We'd love to see Kalik and Botic get a run. Milanovic, is he on the bench again? The big one is, of course, no Segic on the bench, which is sad. Which is disappointing. So, very curious to see what changes are made this second half. Alrighty. Here we go, folks. Valhoon wants to see Botic. Mark asks, could Toure be our leading striker? I think so. You look at that striker position for Australia, it's feeling like it's pretty open at the moment. You've got some players who are getting a bit older, and Duke and Borello and Taggart, still, good strikers, but Toure, a lot younger, and he's stepping up here, man. He's stepping up, isn't he? Second half is underway, folks. At Go Media Stadium, the home of Auckland FC. A-League men's premiers. To my eyes, it looks like there's no changes to the starting 11. Poor Izzo with the comfortable chest on the ball. The stream, dude, has the stream gone all choppy for everyone for the game? Not this YouTube stream. For everyone watching the game, has it all of a sudden gotten really choppy? Just let me know. That might just be my end. The actual visual just got really choppy for a second. It's still a little bit choppy. It's good for me. A little bit, says Marcus. Yeah. And again, just to clarify, not talking about my YouTube stream. I'm talking about the actual game. I don't know if it's Paramount Plus. I don't know if it's just on my end. But all of a sudden, it's hard to describe. It's a bit stuttery. Tarnley says yes. Valhoon says yeah. Okay. Yeah, is it a bit stuttery for you guys? Like, just as the second half kicked off, all of a sudden it's like, as if like the frames are like shaking. Which hopefully they fix up. Otherwise, going to get a bit motion sickness. Color My World says, I'm watching from Italy. Welcome, mate. Love to hear it. So, how do Australia approach this second half with that 1-goal lead? New Zealand knocking around the ball early on in this second period. Bit of space on the right for New Zealand. It's opening up for Elijah Just. Pass in towards Woods. Misses everyone. And, oh, no, kept in by Ben Olds. Nicely done. Oh, the stream just resolved itself by the looks of things. The Paramount Plus stream was almost impossible to watch there for a minute, but it seems to have resolved itself. Stay says New Zealand will bounce back. Ad Stars back in Australia for the win. Oh, here comes Ben Old down the left. Crossing for New Zealand. Good cleared header by Burgess. Only as far as Thomas. Ryan Thomas. Oh, good save, Izzo. Falls for Wood. And Izzo clears. Another great moment there for goalkeeper Paul Izzo. Great save for Australia. Ryan Thomas. So close. Great chance early on in this second half. Paul Izzo called into action once again. Nice. Izzo says, water. Fantastic. I tell you what, Paul Izzo made his debut on Friday. This is cap number 2 for Paul Izzo, and he has been basically flawless, almost flawless. And here comes Toure down the left for Australia. Driving forward. Great run, Toure. And he's won a corner, surely? Yes, he has. Wow. Brilliant. Well, we've been talking about it today, but every time Toure gets on the ball, he does something positive. Great replay of that Izzo save a moment ago as well. Brilliant diving stop. Was Toure a winger? Says Tarnley. Asks Tarnley, I should say. For memory, I think he might have played as a winger at times for Adelaide United. Adstar says Izzo has really promoted his credentials. Yep. G'day, Master FUT. Lockie says Master FUT. Says up the Kiwis. Master FUT, of course, a Wellington Phoenix fan. And, of course, New Zealand as well. Thanks for jumping in the chat, mate. Metcalf. Shot is blocked from outside the box. Australia on the front foot. Here we go. Ballard. Nice pass. But, dude, Ballard's had a good game. He's had a good game. Crossing for Toure. Oh, the header was a bit tame. A little bit of a difficult to get power on that one. But Mo Toure, that's going to be registered as another shot for the Randers striker. And again, just want to reiterate, Mo Toure is having a great game so far. He's looking very good on the ball. And he looks like he's going to score again at this rate. With the chances that he's getting, with the areas that he's getting himself into. Hunter says, seems like Izzo has been promoted to backup keeper for us. Hope Gauchi gets some game time to prove himself as well in the next window. I agree, Hunter. But yeah, it looks like Izzo might be leading the way. Here comes Toure again. He's going to cross. This time it's blocked. But again, Toure getting into a dangerous position. Miller keeps it going on the attack. Toure, oh, dude, again, commentator's curse, right? Toure, we're talking him up, but that cross just did not get the contact right. Ballard wins the ball. Again, Ballard very lively today. So, good response there from Australia after an early chance for New Zealand in this half. You just wonder how soon we'll see some changes. For memory, we had the two changes at half time in game 1 for Australia. No half-time changes this time around. And I'll tell you what, at this stage, I just want to keep the clean sheet. Like, I'll take this. I'll take a 1-0 win if we can just maintain this good performance. It's been solid so far. Toure, bundled off it, wins the foul. I'll tell you what, it's been a good duel between Tyler Bindon and Toure, but Toure's doing really well so far. Oh, here's Irankunda. Great work. Driving forward. Irankunda! Oh, you're looking like he was going to go for the shot. Just lost it in the end. But that's what he brings, Irankunda. How quick was that? Just flying into the box. Dude, he just tried to evade Finn Sermon's challenge, but rolled out of play. Hit the like button on the stream if you haven't done so already. Support the channel. We're talking all things Australian football here. You can also consider sending in a super chat. Just appreciate you guys being here, joining us as we watch and react to this game live together. Socceroos are in action next month as well. Friendlies against Canada and USA. So we'll see these guys back in action very soon. And it's great to be heading to North America as well for this team. You know, to be heading to North America to prepare for the World Cup that, of course, is being played over there. De Vries has it on the left. Deep cross, a high ball, headed away. Ballard. That's a good ball from Max Ballard. Nestori Irankunda is going to chase this. Toure at the far post, arriving late. Irankunda is going to go himself. Still Irankunda. Oh, it's Nesta. He has arrived for Australia. It's 2-0. Oh, and the backflips are out. Irankunda scores. Oh, that is brilliant. What a moment. Nestor Irankunda. Oh, incredible. Water loves it. Valhoon loves it. 2-0, says Marcus. 2-0 for the Socceroos. And it's Nestor Irankunda. That's what he does, man. That's what he brings. Frenzy loves it. Says we all love to see it. Oh, brilliant. Great long ball from Ballard. Allowed Irankunda to latch onto it. And then dude, brilliant goal. Brilliant goal from Irankunda. Look at the way that he holds off the challenge from De Vries and the finish past Crocombe. That is an expert goal there from Nestor Irankunda. A special talented player. He's bringing out the backflips. And I tell you what, Mo Toure with a goal in the first half. Nestor Irankunda with a goal in the second half. We may well be seeing the future of the attack for Australia going forward for potentially the next decade right here, right now. Wow. What a moment. Nestor Irankunda scoring stunning free kicks for Watford in the English Championship. But he can score from open play for Australia here. That is brilliant from Irankunda. And I tell you what, it's big. It's big. We were talking about it earlier. Tony Popovic has left Irankunda out of Socceroos squads on numerous occasions. Surely now the conversation has to be put to rest. Irankunda is now a must for the Socceroos every window going forward. Surely. He can perform in this system. He can score goals for Australia. Metcalf, really smart switch there because Miller's got the space on the right. The Socceroos want more, dude. The Socceroos want more. Chicardi's getting forward. Wearing the captain's armband today. The Socceroos want more goals. And I tell you what, they are a level above New Zealand. Game one, New Zealand with a better team. Has to be said. Australia still got the win on that occasion. But I tell you what, this has been a huge improvement in every department from game one for Australia. Nestor is awesome. Says that start. MT says, where are we going to put Duke and Yengi now? Well, at this rate, they're on the bench. They're on the bench. They could well be in the squad still. Like, in terms of strikers, you're probably looking at Toure, Duke, and Yengi as well. But, yeah. Hunter, that sounds good, man. Hunter says front line of Goodwin, Toure. Here's a chance for New Zealand. Oh, they've scored. Chris Wood scores. They've got one back. Well, we said it earlier. If you give him a chance, he'll score. It's the first goal that Australia have conceded in a long time. 2-1. Chris Wood in behind, and he finishes. Well, Miloš Degenek, that is terrible. Miloš Degenek has been completely caught out by that cross. Really smart ball in. Great cross. Chris Wood, an English Premier League striker, is going to finish that chance every day of the week. But that is poor defending from Miloš Degenek. A guy who is always so consistent for Australia. He'll know that he can do better there. Wow. Wow. So, this game has all of a sudden really sort of exploded into life. 3 goals have been scored. It's 2-1 to Australia after Irankunda made it 2. Chris Wood pulls one back. Out of nothing. Really out of nothing. New Zealand have been very quiet now in this game. Australia have been the better team comfortably. But again, you've got a striker like Chris Wood in your team. He gets a chance, he'll score. He'll score. So, look, Tony Popovic will obviously be bitterly disappointed that this defense has conceded a goal. We wanted to keep that clean sheet. Hopefully we just keep it to the 1. Chicardi clearance straight back to New Zealand, though. Seeing Sarpreet Singh wide for De Vries. Loves to get a cross in. Toure, smart header. Rolls forward for Irankunda. Australia on the counter-attack. Irankunda, very eager to get forward. Wins the free kick as well. He's getting the better of Tim Payne today. Appreciate it, Water, who says, the highlights reel is going to be really exciting to watch afterwards. Thanks for your great commentary. Thanks, Water. Appreciate you joining us once again, mate. Good to see you here in the stream once again. As we approach the hour mark in Auckland. This has been an entertaining game so far. Free kick for Australia. Middle of the park. Irankunda. Irankunda's been really good today. I mean, you look at the players who have played well. Toure, Irankunda, fantastic, obviously, with the goals. But the general play has been good. But Ballard, I think Ballard's been really impressive in midfield. So eager to get on the ball. And his passing play, for the most part, has been very, very good. Metcalf. Oh, he gets it to Toure. Mo Toure around Salmon. Oh, Mo Toure with 3. This guy is the future of Australia. It has been confirmed in Auckland today. What a moment. Mo Toure. That was superb. Oh, incredible. Wow. Wow. He just makes it look so easy. It's effortless. This fantastic player came through the ranks at Adelaide United, spent time in France, now at Randers in Denmark. Look at the way he evaded a top centre-back in Finn Sermon with the burst of pace and the finish off the left foot past Crocombe. This guy is the future of Australia up front. Mo Toure has announced himself. He's had a few times. It's been, for Mo Toure now, he's been called up to Socceroos squads a few times over the last couple of years. Came off the bench against Saudi Arabia a couple of months ago. But now, today, tonight, this has been Mo Toure's night. It's 3-1 for Australia. 2 goals for Toure. So much debate in regards to who's going to lead the line for Australia. The name is Mo Toure. I don't think there's any doubt now. That is huge. And as F raises the point there, all goals scored by the Adelaide United lads. And again, even just to go back to Hunter, who mentioned it before, putting forward, suggesting that what if we saw a front 3 for the World Cup of Goodwin, Irankunda, Toure? You've got 3 Adelaide United players there, or former, or current. Oh, here's Miller. In behind. Great chance. Oh, Toure. Hat-trick. Toure has a hat-trick. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe it. We are witnessing one of the all-time great performances from an Australian forward tonight. Mo Toure has just completed his hat-trick. Oh, wow, says F. OMG, says Water. Oh my gosh. This is incredible. This is incredible. This is insane, says Water. It's 4-1. Oh my goodness. Miller in behind. Great cutback. Toure unmarked. It's 4-1. And it's a hat-trick for Toure. He's done it all. He's done it all tonight. Look at the celebrations from the bench. They love it. Incredible. Oh my goodness. Crazy, says Alligators. Now there's a chance they might be checking this goal, are they? Oh no. Oh no, it's offside. Disallowed. I mean, it's an absolute joke to have VAR in friendlies in the first place. That's my thoughts. It's an absolute joke to have VAR in friendlies. So the goal's been disallowed. The score goes back to 3-1. Take nothing away from Toure's performance, man. This has still been an unbelievable performance from Mo Toure. And a bit of an interesting moment between Chris Wood and Chicardi there for a moment. Looks like they were having an interesting conversation. Wow, dude. So substitutions for Australia now. Geordie Boss is on. Patrick Yazbek is on. We'll keep an eye on who exactly is coming off. Jordy Boss. Well, Jordy Boss might be playing right wing back here. Jordan Boss has just come on for Lewis Miller. And we'll be playing right wing back. Something different for a player who we're just so accustomed to seeing playing off the left. Meanwhile, Yazbek has just come on for Ballard in midfield, who had a great game today. Great game. Still 4-1 on aggregate, says Frenzied Rabbit. That's right. That's right. So Jordan Boss, he's on. Dude, so much space for Irankunda. Australia on the attack again. Boss chooses to go backwards. Chicardi inside for Yazbek. Burgess. Dude, Australia are just in cruise control right now. Very, very comfortable. You can see the confidence that they're playing with. Irankunda. Every time Australia get forward, it just looks like we're going to score. It looks like we're going to put the ball in the back of the net. And I'll tell you what, we've still got so much time to go. The hat-trick is still on for Mo Toure. It could still happen. Chikati. Oh, his pass is cut off. Deganek. Oh, didn't go in for the challenge there. Maybe he should have. Chikati does well to recover. Oh, my goodness. Smart pass from Rolls. Gets it forward. Look at Australia. I mean, I tell you what, New Zealand are just... There's so much space in midfield at the moment for New Zealand, it feels like. And even in the wide positions, Australia just finding so many pockets of space. Boss off the right-hand side. Tell you what, I like this. We don't see it often. A left-sided defender. A left back in Jordan Boss. Currently playing a right wing back. But I don't mind it. He can cut in on his left going forward. He's a great goal scorer, Jordan Boss. He's capable of scoring a long-range goal. So it's Australia 3-1. We've played over an hour of football in Auckland. Disallowed goal a moment ago for Australia. Toure has 2 goals and it has been incredible tonight. Metcalf has worked hard too in attack. This is a good play. Toure wants that third. He wants it. Oh, well... Boss wanted that pass. Boss wanted the pass, didn't he? He was going through, but Toure wanted the hat-trick. But the pulls it wide. Toure says, Mark, we have some talent. Absolutely right. So they're showing us the replay of this disallowed goal. And yes, definitely offside. Definitely offside. So correct decision in the end for that disallowed goal a moment ago. Miller was offside. But aside from that, it was great play from Australia. The give and go from Toure was good. So New Zealand have they just made a quadruple change? New Zealand I think have just changed 3 or 4 players. Callum McCowart's on. McCowart started for New Zealand on Friday. So they've changed a bunch of players. We'll keep an eye on what's happening here for New Zealand. Callan Elliott's on as well, I think, at right back. Wowee. Wow, indeed. Wow, indeed, Mark. It's been a great performance from Australia. Logan Rogerson is also on. Auckland FC winger playing at his home stadium. Yazbek. The passing play from Australia has been good. It's been very, very good. For Toure, MC says, has got it all. Composure, fast, hold the ball, can shoot. Only 21. Needs to go to a bigger club. Well, I'll tell you what, hopefully with like a strong season at Randers, considering his performances, considering his age, considering that he's potentially the starting striker for Australia going forward, there's no doubt that there would be some clubs across maybe some of the top leagues in Europe interested in Mo Toure. Could happen. Could happen. So, I tell you what, it almost looks like Australia have almost gone to a back 4. Jordan Boss playing quite high up the pitch on that right side today. Oh, New Zealand looking to get away down the right. Good chance for them now. Australia get numbers back, though. Hunter says, might have to become a fan of Randers just because of Toure. Yeah, well, they have a number of Aussies there. Paul Izzo at Randers, of course. And Ollie Jones, young centre-back, former MacArthur defender. Ollie Jones is at Randers as well. So that's even more of a reason to follow Randers in their games. It's great that there's a bunch of clubs in Europe that have a number of Aussies there. Obviously, we know Portsmouth have the 4 Aussies in Segicic, Matthews, Farrell, and Waddingham. Metcalf, not sure what he was trying there. That's right, F is at Randers too. What other clubs? We've got heaps of clubs. Aberdeen have both Yengi and Toure. Motherwell. Is it Motherwell that have... blanking. Anyway, in Scotland, as we know, there's so many clubs that have multiple Aussies. At Hibs in Scotland, they have Iredale and Boyle. And formerly Miller as well. Stammer, that's right. Thanks for that. Stammer's at Motherwell, right? So is Johnny Katrumbis, if I'm not mistaken. I think Johnny Katrumbis, defender, is at Motherwell. So it's always handy for us Socceroos fans when there's clubs overseas who have multiple Aussies on their books. Hey, yeah. So 20 minutes to go plus stoppage time. New Zealand looking to get themselves back in this game. Chris Wood did score earlier to give themselves to give New Zealand a goal. Australia, can we hold New Zealand to just that one goal? Good touch from Metcalf. Ooh, heavy challenge on Irankunda. Irankunda's gone rolling, and there's a bit of a reaction. There's a yellow card, and the Australian players are not happy with this. And there's a bit going on the sideline too. Conversations happening on the pitch. Was it Tyler Bindon? Now, Irankunda's still down. Wait, was there... That wasn't a red card, was it? Was that a second yellow? Is that a red card? So it was Tyler Bindon. Oh, it was a bad challenge. Bad challenge. You could see the right foot. With the left foot, he was going for the ball. But you could see the right boot of Tyler Bindon. The studs are raised. And it's a heavy, heavy contact on Nestor Irankunda. And it's, again, reminiscent of what we saw in Game 1. Francis de Vries with a disgusting challenge on Sammy Silveira. Almost injured him. But I don't know what's going on. Has Tyler Bindon just been sent off? I might be mistaken. What is going on here? So play's being halted here. I'm not sure whether the VAR is getting involved or what. Irankunda's back to his feet. Looks a bit sore, but it's good to see that... Oh, now he sat back down. Irankunda's just sat back down as Tarnley says, please, no injuries. Is Nestor okay? Asks Water. So they're showing us these replays. I don't know. I mean, Tyler Bindon, to be fair, was going in for the ball, but it looked like he got pretty strong contact on the player there. Like, it's pretty interesting that VAR is being used in these friendly games. I mean, I've always been of the opinion VAR should be used very, very rarely, only for, as they say, clear and obvious errors. I don't think that's a clear and obvious error. I don't think there's any need for VAR to be getting involved right now if the referee's made a decision for a red card. And what's happening here? The ref's blowing the whistle, and he's signifying a VAR check. Again, why do we have VAR for friendlies? Like, when has this been a thing? Has this been a thing for some time? Like, I don't ever remember watching a friendly game where VAR has been involved. Now, the referee's going to review this challenge on the screen. So, I personally, I don't think VAR should be getting involved here. It's not a clear and obvious error. The referee has made has judged this tackle. I mean, how is there a clear and obvious error there? It's not a clear and obvious error. Look at the right boot, the heavy challenge on Irankunda. Because it's the Soccer Ashes, says Tarnley. Maybe because it's Soccer Ashes, says Hunter. I mean, the referee's taking a look at this now on VAR. think they're looking at whether... it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he wins the ball. It's dangerous contact. Look at the studs going up in Irankunda. It doesn't... Whether he touches the ball does not matter at all. The decision has to stand here. It has to stand. What's going to happen? No red card. Ridiculous. I mean, VAR shouldn't have even been involved in the first place there. It wasn't a clear and obvious error. No reason for the VAR to get involved there. The referee has made a judgment, and it's not a clear and obvious error. It's not like he completely missed Irankunda. He made fierce, strong contact there with the opposition player. So, for me, VAR just shouldn't be getting involved. It's not a clear and obvious error. But the red card is avoided there for New Zealand. Toure Bindin remains on the field, just a yellow. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Another change for Australia, and Toure is coming off. What a great game from Toure. That's right, Frenzy Rabbit. I perfectly agree. You need to establish a strong basis for overturning the ref. VAR has to be getting involved if VAR should only be getting involved if the ruling is like completely wrong. It's just clear, as they say, clear and obvious. It's not clear and obvious there. It's a strong physical challenge. He's come in with the studs up on the boot. The referee's made his judgment. It doesn't matter whether the referee's wrong or not. You know, the margin of how much he's wrong, that doesn't matter. VAR only needs to be getting involved if there's a clear and obvious error. So, for example, if Toure Bindin's made like no contact at all with Irankunda, I think they get involved because that's a pretty clear and obvious error. It's like, okay, the referee thinks he's made, contact with the player, but he's completely missed him. But it was clear that Toure Bindin came in with a high amount of force with the studs up. So my problem is less with the referee's decision there to rescind the red card and more with VAR getting involved. It's just a VAR thing, really. So it's a free kick for Nestor Irankunda now, and he's well over 30 metres out, surely. Martin Boyle also came on for Toure. We'll keep an eye on what the lineup looks like now for Australia. I think Irankunda might be playing through the middle. Boyle possibly off the left. Irankunda shoots. Oh my goodness! Irankunda millimetres away from an incredible goal. Oh my goodness. As Tarnley said, too far, Nestory? Well, not too far for Irankunda, says Hunter. Oh my goodness, off the crossbar, dude. If that went in, dude. I'll tell you what, if that went in, there would have been English Premier League clubs on the phone straight after this game. Oh my gosh, dude. That was like 35 metres out, and Irankunda was millimetres away from scoring. Oh my gosh. Dude, this game has had everything. This game has been completely different from game one. Completely different from game one. If you're looking for two completely opposite games, this is it right here. Look at this replay. Look at the way this ball dipped. That is incredible. That is as close as you can get. You literally cannot get closer. The way the ball bounces down off the crossbar and so easily could have bounced in across the line. That is phenomenal from Irankunda. Oliver says Watford are lucky to have him for now. Absolutely. Absolutely. And he's already scored 2 free kicks for Watford already in 2 consecutive weeks. I'm sure he's going to add more. What a game for Nestor Irankunda. Goal tonight. Almost another. And surely the conversation's done now. Irankunda is a lock for the Socceroos squads going forward. Cross for New Zealand. Good punch by Izzo. Had to get up there. Boss, good run. Great run, Geordie Boss. That's a challenge from De Vries, which is surely a yellow. Surely a yellow. New Zealand have been really racking up the cards here in these games. Great to see, competitive spirit to these games, that's for sure. But it's another booking for Francis De Vries, who was booked in game 1 as well for that poor challenge on Silvera. Brisbane Roar fullback James McGarry coming off for New Zealand. Sarpreet Singh's also coming off. De Vries coming off as well. And now this is a big moment for New Zealand football. Teenager Luke Brooke-Smith is on the field. Luke Brooke-Smith. Now, someone correct me. I don't want to go ahead and say he is the youngest player to ever play for New Zealand, but he's up there, right? He may well be the youngest player to ever play for New Zealand's men's national team. Someone correct me if I'm mistaken. But this youngster who's coming through at Wellington Phoenix, Luke Brooke-Smith, he's on the field. It's a big moment for him. Big moment for Wellington Phoenix. Big moment for New Zealand football. So, we are entering the final stages of this Game 2 Soccer Ashes clash. Australia with the 3-goal lead over New Zealand. Irankunda with a goal. Toure with a double. Almost a hat-trick. Irankunda with almost a double. How old is he? F says 17. Yeah, I would have guessed 17, hey. I'm from Australia, mate. Indeed. So, final 10 minutes now. Have we got any more substitution windows left? I think we might have one. All eyes on the likes of Botic and Kalik. Do they get on the field? For their Socceroos debuts. So we've seen Boston Yazbek came on at the same time, and Martin Ball came on not too long ago. So Australia have one window left. So I'm sure Anthony Kalik and Noah Botic are sitting restlessly on the sidelines, hoping that Tony Popovic glances their way and says, "You're up, mate." New Zealand haven't been as good as they were in Game 1 this time around. Looking to get themselves back in this game. But there haven't been too many clear-cut chances for New Zealand. Australia have been better in the attacking department tonight. McGarry for Brooke-Smith. Brooke-Smith cutting inside. Goes backwards. New Zealand maintaining possession, but really pinning Australia back. Committing more numbers forward too, New Zealand, aren't they? I mean, you can see even some of their defenders getting into advanced positions as they look to find a way back into this game. But Australia now just about have secured victory almost. Almost. Not too far away for Australia, who was set to claim victory in the Soccer Ashes. Appreciate you guys joining us for this live watch along tonight. It's had plenty of drama. Plenty of drama tonight. Could have had more goals, and we may well have more. Samuel asks, why did Segacic not play? Yeah, we don't know. We don't know. Not included on the bench tonight. Big call. Huge call. It's a very interesting one. We'll see in the post-match whether Tony Popovic comments on it. Hopefully he gets asked about it. Look, it could be something as simple as maybe Segacic just picked up an injury. We don't know. That's just speculation. Adstar says Australia has not allowed New Zealand to be as good as they were in Game 1. And yeah, Adstar, that's a good point. Australia defensively, organisation's been very good. So that's a big factor. Good to see that Irankunda is seemingly all right after that heavy challenge from Bindon earlier. Oh, here's a chance on the counter-attack. Boyle's picked up the ball. Great chance for Australia. Look at Irankunda on the right. He wants it. Boyle's still going. Gives it to Irankunda. He chips it in. Bit of a deflating end to that attack there. Really good attack. I thought Boyle might have gone himself there. Felt like he was going to go for the shot, but feels like Irankunda's maybe just running out of legs. You can see him running, just looking a little bit tired. So you wonder whether maybe he'll be subbed off. He's leaning over at the moment. Irankunda just walking back. Surely now he'll be subbed off. It's had a great game. New Zealand on the attack. Elliott's cross is blocked. And it's cleared away. So who comes on? Australia can make 2 more changes in one window. Kalik, Botic on the bench. Surely you give those 2 guys their debut, eh? Surely. O'Neill. Nice ball out wide for Boss. Australia found a lot of space in these wide areas. Our wingbacks have had a lot of joy tonight. So, Irankunda, is he coming off now? Other subs being made. Goalkeeper substitution alert. Gauchi's coming on for Izzo. What's that about? Why would you do that? Why? Wow. Have we made another sub? This is our last window. Milanovic is on. Milanovic is on for Irankunda. Hrustic is on. Wait, how many subs can we make? I've lost track. How many windows as a friendly? How many windows do we have? So, a few changes here. We'll keep an eye on what exactly the setup now is for Australia. Looks like Hrustic off the left, perhaps. Anyway, Milanovic on the right. That's Boyle who's playing through the middle. And on the right, on the left, in fact, it's Hrustic. So there we go. That's very interesting. To bring on Joe Gauchi has come on for the last few minutes. Samuel D says Popovich has lost the plot. Water says asks will Popovich be criticised for doing this? And Adstar says that's weird. Yeah. I mean, you've got why would you utilize one of your substitutions to take off your goalkeeper with 5 minutes to go? I don't get it. Like if it was half time, like it's understandable maybe. Yeah, it's a friendly game, but why? Like that's it. Just why? Especially when you got 2 promising players on the bench in Botic and Kalik who are eager to make their Socceroos debuts. And of course, Adrian Segacic on the bench. Sorry, not on the bench at all. Good chance for New Zealand. It'll go out for a corner. No, offside flags up. So that is it. That is a bizarre one for me. Look, we can't criticize Tony Popovich. Well, we can, but obviously, he's we have to acknowledge that he's done an incredible job with Australia, getting us to this stage where we remain undefeated under Tony Popovich's leadership. But that was a very interesting one, and I hope he gets questioned about it after the match. Why would you use one of your substitutions to change your goalkeeper with 5 minutes to go? What is the thinking behind that? Joe Gauchi has already been capped, so it's not like you're giving someone your first cap. They're giving them their Australia debut. I mean, a lot of us expected Joe Gauchi to start today. Paul Izzo's had a great game again tonight. So, yeah. Very weird. Oh, here comes Milanovic. He made his Socceroos debut on Friday night. He would love to get his first goal for Australia as well. So, we should get a decent chunk of added time because there's been a few stoppages. VAR has been involved in the second half, so we could have at least 5 minutes, I think. Axel says Australia needs Goodwin in the squad. Yeah, if he's fit, and if he's in form, he's definitely in this squad. That's for sure. So it's really competitive. Like, that's the good thing as well. I think one thing that we've learned from these games is that the squad's in a pretty competitive spot right now, where it feels like there's a handful of players in just about every single position on the pitch for Australia. So there's lots of good players who have missed out on these games for Australia, man. Whether it's through injury or not being selected or whatever. Adstar asks, is Goodwin injured or is it just because he's not playing? I think it's a bit of both. I think I remember hearing that Goodwin was injured this preseason. I did see a photo of him playing for Adelaide in a preseason friendly last week, though. So Goodwin may well be just recently returning from injury. But I think he was injured maybe a couple months ago. But yeah, there's also the fact that he literally hasn't played a competitive game in a while. So, yeah. So Australia looking to hold on to this victory 3-1. We've had a few good chances to make it 4. It really could have been 4 on a number of occasions. Kendall says, still can't believe Elijah missed that shot earlier. Great chance earlier in the game. Would have been a big moment to really change the vibe of this game. 2 minutes added on? Dude, I tell you, come on. Look, hey, come on, man. Come on. If we're going to get VAR involved in a friendly game, you may as well add on the correct amount of time. 2 minutes? We've had 2 VAR involvements, multiple goals. We've had substitutions. There were lengthy VAR stoppages for that possible 4th goal for Australia. And for that, the red card that was reversed. And you've added on 2 minutes? Like, come on, man. If we're going to get VAR in a friendly game, you may as well add on the correct amount of time. We should be having at least 5 minutes minimum. And we're just going to play an extra 2. I know the game's, like, it's 3-1 now, but come on. Anyway. Can't complain. Frenzy says, must pay by the minute at the stadium, eh? Very bizarre. Anyway, Australia are going to win this game. And the big takeaways are just the fantastic performances from Irankunda and Toure, especially. Mo Toure has really stepped up and announced himself as that star striker for Australia going forward, man. This guy is just fantastic, and he was fantastic tonight. I think no doubt the player of the match for Australia, Mo Toure. Other players are in the mix. I mean, Irankunda, great tonight. Should have had 2 goals. Very close. I thought Ballard was very impressive in midfield on his starting debut. He was great. And I think Metcalf has worked really hard as well. So there's a bunch of players who have had really good games. Izzo was great. Izzo's made some great saves today as well. So, yeah. That is full. And I tell you what, the referee's blown the full-time whistle early anyway. But that's a win for Australia, who claim victory in the Soccer Ashes. 3-1 win for Australia. Toure and Irankunda with the goals. 2 for Toure, 1 for Irankunda. Chris Wood got the goal for New Zealand. Australia with victory. A really impressive attacking performance. A much improved performance after what was a pretty average display from Australia in Game 1. Guys, really appreciate you joining us for this live watch along. Hit the like button on the way out. Make sure you stay subscribed. We're talking all things Australian football here on the channel. We've got the Australia Cup final on the way. Asian Champions League competitions starting next week as well. Socceroos are back in action next month, so we'll be doing plenty of content for those games as well next month. And as well, on top of that, the A-League is getting underway in October. We're very excited for that as well. Thanks, Lockie, says Frenzied Rabbit. Love it. Appreciate you guys joining us. Enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks, says Cut Rock. Appreciate you tuning in, mate. Thanks, says Axel. Cheers, mate. David, thanks for tuning in. Have a nice day, man, says Axel. Appreciate it. You guys too, man. Have a great day. Have a great night, wherever you're tuning in from. And enjoy the rest of your week. We'll be having a video coming out later this week talking about my review of these 2 matches. So make sure to keep an eye out for that one as well. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys. See you in the next one.